Hi everyone. It's been a couple months since my last health update, and I wanted to stop by to bring everybody who's interested up to speed on my struggle with menopause, hormone replacement therapy, which caused DVTs, blood clots in my leg, and then I went on Eliquis because we finally figured out, me and my care team finally figured out that that's what was going on, what was giving me trouble in June. Now I've been on Eliquis for a little over 2 months, in fact, just about 2 months and a week. And it's been a long summer with a lot of struggles. The fibroids that I have multiplied in my uterus. My uterus is now not able to be imaged on a sonogram fully because of the number and size of the fibroids. And the fibroids are bleeding, which they've been doing for some time before they even grew and multiplied. That's what was causing a lot of my intermittent perimenopausal bleeding. But with the introduction of the Eliquis blood thinner, the situation has become very difficult. I've been bleeding for 65 days at this point straight. Most days are what I would call heavy, at least for my past menstrual cycle experience. They're heavy for me. Some days are torrential. There's a lot of blood. And then I've had several episodes of true hemorrhaging where it appeared that I had been stabbed or something, and so much blood was coming out of me, 1 to 2 cups in the course of an hour or two, which sent me to the ER. At the ER, what they do is they just test the blood counts and monitor me, and when the bleeding slows, usually within an hour or two, after I get there, the bleeding will slow. They usually have been giving me saline to rehydrate me. They check my blood counts. I am not yet anemic, or was not as of a week ago today, the last time I was in the emergency room with this situation. But I was getting closer. I keep edging closer and closer to anemia, and I keep getting more tired, and I'm sore at this point, and I hurt. My whole pelvic region hurts now. And meanwhile, I have to continue on the blood thinner to make sure that the DVTs are stabilized and hopefully dissolving to the extent that they can, or that my body can create workarounds for the blood flow in those areas of my leg. I did end up having another sonogram of my leg a couple weeks back at one of my visits to the emergency room because I was having severe leg pain and tingling just on that side. So they double checked, and the DVTs are unchanged from June. I think they had been hoping to see some perhaps reduction in the size. There wasn't any reduction, but they are definitely stable. So that's good. That was good news, good enough news. But it didn't explain the pain that I was having. So there's a lot of things that we don't know and that we continue to monitor. Meanwhile, my fatigue increases, my frustration with the situation increases. I still have not had the biopsy on my uterus. That is going to happen September 26th. That'll be about a week after I finish the course of blood thinners. That'll be enough time for the Eliquis to clear out of my system so that they can do the cuts inside my uterus to perform the biopsy without worry of creating a problem that didn't exist before with hemorrhaging. So we're on the back burner waiting for that. On September 30th, I do have an appointment scheduled with the high-risk surgeon in my gynecological practice. She's the one who will need to do the hysterectomy. I have been told by everybody in my care team that the only answer at this point is to finally have the hysterectomy that I wanted 2 years ago. And now insurance will agree to it because I've been through everything I've been through, which is just a puzzle to me because I'm thankful to have insurance, but at the same time, I am astounded that they would decline to do this procedure and instead pay for 2 years worth of all of the alternate therapies I've had to go through. And now 8 or 9 emergency room visits, trips in the ambulance, and so on and so forth. This has cost far more than it would have for them to just agree for me to have a hysterectomy when this all set out. But while benefiting from the insurance medical industrial complex, I'm seeing the flip side of it too. So there's balance in all things. Just wanted to stop by and bring that update. One thing that came to my mind yesterday and really prompted me to create this video and update everybody was a conversation I had with one of my publishing clients. He is he's a man a male in a male gendered body who's very in touch with his divine feminine self, and he is a healer. Whether he realizes it and uses those skills or not, he is a healer, particularly for divine feminine and women. And yesterday we were talking, and he said, it's too bad that there's not really resources out there for women who are going through this, and that the society doesn't talk about women who are in menopause, women with fibroids who this is a way of life. I told him I can't imagine what it would be like trying to hold an office job or a job where I had to go anywhere right now. I bleed regularly through my clothing. Even when I try and stop and prepare, it still happens, and it's very frustrating for it to be totally out of my control. I'm doing everything right, but things are still feel like they're going wrong, and I'm okay with that. Please, nobody worry about me. I'm not. I'm okay with it. I just am tired of it. And talking to that client yesterday, really, and friend, he's my friend too. It really brought home how little this is talked about. And I want to put myself out there just like Justin and I always do for everything we're going through, so that anybody who's feeling alone or uncertain and going through the same thing, they feel like they've got someone in their corner and they can reach out. Because I've been there now and I've done that. And I'm happy to be others' support when they need it going through this, even as I'm still struggling it with myself. So thank you for checking in. I appreciate your time if you stuck with me through this whole update, and I hope to be back soon with better news. I hope not to have to go to the ER today because I am experiencing intermittent hemorrhaging for the past 24 hours, where it's pretty severe, and the tiredness, the fatigue is really getting to me at this point, and the pain in my pelvis is just, I've never felt stuff like this before. So weighing whether or not another visit to the emergency room is in line. I hope not. So thank you all for checking in. Thank you all for being there. Thank you for your prayers, your support, your checking in with me. I love you all, whoever you are, wherever you are. Take care.